Hey everyone, we're back for another workout of the day. Today is an AMRAP for 20 minutes. It's called Prisa. It's 10 V pulses, 10 thrusters, 10 box jumps, and 10 alternating lateral throws. So we're gonna go through all of those movements and the modifications, and then you can get started. Okay, so our first movement is going to be our V pulses. So I don't think we've done these before. We want to be in almost a hollow rack position, and we're gonna pulse at the same time. We don't want our shoulders to ever touch the ground or our feet to ever touch the ground. So some modifications would just be regular V-ups, modified V-ups, or you can do leg raises as well. So the next movement is going to be our thruster. So first with our dumbbell, we're going to, barbell. We're going to clean the barbell off the ground. So again, if you've never done that before, it is possible you can start from a rack. But all these movements, again, should be watched by a coach at first, right? If you're using a barbell. So we always want to keep our chest up. Our back is going to be straight. Our core is going to be engaged. It'll be nice and tight from those V pulses. It's basically a front squat with an overhead press. So we want to use all this movement to our advantage. So when we come down into the squat, we come down into the squat, and as we're coming up from the squat, we want to make sure we're driving up with our legs. And as we're driving up with our legs, we're going to use that leg momentum, that leg drive, to push the barbell overhead. And once we get overhead, our head is coming through. Our ears are going to be about even with our arms, and our hands are going to be completely straight overhead. And as we come down, we're going to start to squat and catch it in that squat. And then again, we're going to drive up with our legs to get those. So it should be one fluid movement. If anytime you feel like you need to pause, it's a good idea to pause at the top overhead. As long as you're nice and tight, it should be a nice rest. And then again, you're coming down, catching it, and bring it up. So this is what it looks like. So again, we're going to clean up. We're going to be resting the barbell on our shoulders. We're not holding it here. It's going to make this movement completely way harder than it needs to be. If you're trying to hold the barbell in place, it should be resting on your shoulders. So our elbows should be out and up slightly. And we're going to come down into that front squat. Our knees are coming out. Our feet are planted flat in the ground. And we're going to drive up with those legs. And again, as we come down, we're starting to squat and push overhead. And again, with our squat, like I said, knees are always coming out, not forward, especially with a barbell on us in that front squat position. We want to make sure that we're not rolling onto those toes or we're moving our chest back and forth. So to keep us planted straight, our body straight, we come out with those knees. Our feet are flat on the ground the whole time. What I'd like to see, preferably, is you come down to at least parallel to the ground. So this leg's parallel to the ground, or a little bit lower. But if you find yourself lacking the ankle mobility for the squat, or other areas that need to be stretched, come down as far as you can where your feet are going to stay flat and you're not going to start rocking back and forth. That chest should always be in that upright position, straight up, straight down. Barbell should always be in a straight line up and down. So if you do not have a barbell, not ready for the barbell, we can do use a dumbbell, and we can do it in two ways. You can either do it with one, where we're using this hand for balance. We come down, we drive up. It's the same movement, and we're still using our legs. And then you switch, so 5 on each arm, or you can use 2 dumbbells. And again, it's the same movement. You can also use a band, and you can switch arms, 5 on each side. So come down in that squat, push up, overhead. Next movement is our box jump. Important things to remember with our box jump is when we jump onto the box, we want to jump with our full foot on the box, no cliffhangers here. And when we jump up, we want to jump as high as we can and only landing as low as a quarter squat at the top. So this is a quarter squat. Stand all the way up at the top before coming back down. You can step down or you can jump down. No landing in a full squat like this ridiculous thing. Kind of look like a little monkey when you do that. Not good, don't do that. So a lot of strained hips and knees. No good comes from that. Plus we really want to exercise that leg drive to really jump all the way up on the box. Which will help you with squats and everything else as well. It is a good accessory work to work on doing box jumps just on the side as well. So modifications, lower box, stacking plates, step ups. When we step up, full foot on the box, our leg is driving with the leg on the box. And we're going to have a straight leg before placing that other foot on the box, and we step back down. None of this, that's not good. Don't do that. And because why we want this leg to get all of that weight and pressure so that we're exercising those muscles the best we can, since we're not using that extra drive to jump up on the box. Okay, alternating lateral throws. So we can do this with a slam ball. We can do this a few ways. So I'll show you a slam ball first. And we're basically going to take the slam ball, twist one way, throw it the other way. We don't have to try to throw it a million yards. We just want to get that movement. We want to keep that core tight, our back straight, and then we can jump over, throw, jump over. So add a little cardio in there by just doing the skip over. If you don't have a slam ball but you have a med ball, you can do the same movement, or since the slam ball tends to bounce and is a little lighter, you can use a wall, and you can just switch sides, so 5 on each side, and just throw it to the wall. Again, we want to come all the way over. Another thing is, if you don't have any of those, but you have a dumbbell, you can place 2 hands on the dumbbell and just move side to side, squeezing that core, keeping the dumbbell close. Because if we're coming out, it's going to be weighing your arms down a little bit, and I really want you to focus on that core. The other thing we can use is a band. So you can tie a band to something. You're going to have straight arms for this, straight legs. You're going to brace the core. You're going to brace your legs, squeeze your butt so you're not letting your hips loose. And we're just going to go side to side. And you can either do 10 on one side and switch and do 10 on the other, or 5 and 5, depending on where you're at level wise. So that is the workout for today. Again, it's as many rounds as you can in 20 minutes. Mark down your rounds and weights and movements, and good luck.